All right, here on this one, I want to find the missing side. So I've got a side of 5 root 2. Notice this is a 45, 45, 90, which has side ratios 1 to 1 to root 2. So I want to make sure I use this. So this is the hypotenuse. So what I want to do is try to find the measure of this thing so that I can connect that top triangle to the bottom, because ultimately I want to solve for x. So I know that if I take one of the sides, in other words a, and I multiply it by root 2, that gives me the hypotenuse. So this 5 root 2. Okay, so I got to solve for a, divide by root 2, divide by root 2. That's nice. That just drops off and cancels. So I know that a, my side, is 5 right now. All right, and now I've got to take that measure and relate it down to x. So again, I know that if I take one of my sides, so in other words x, and I multiply it by root 2, that gives me the hypotenuse. And the hypotenuse is a, which happens to be 5. So instead of an a here, I've got a 5. I want to solve for x, so I just divide by root 2, divide by root 2. Nice and easy, I get x equals 5 over root 2. Last thing I got to do is I've got to get the square root out of the denominator. In order to do that, I'm just going to do what's called rationalize. And so I just multiply by this expression that happens to be 1. So I'm not changing the value of it, I'm just changing the form. So x equals 5 root 2 in the numerator. We're going to multiply across when we multiply fractions. 5 root 2 in the numerator. And then root 2 times root 2 is just very simply 2, and I'm done. Can't simplify any further.